Mr. Eagles. Think of the word inevitable. It is one of the only words in the English language that can mean its own opposite. You see, when you represented the white company, your victory was inevitable. Every match you fought, you knew you would be walking out the winner. But now that you are alone, now that you must face down the world with only yourself to rely upon, now that you know even your teammate may be looking for better places to apply himself, now it is inevitable that you will lose. As confident as you were in victory before, now you are confident in defeat, no matter how much you put on a brave face. Mr. Eagles, I will not keep you here forever. The house has bigger plans. The house will have a match in Mumbai against the Skymen. And there, we will break you. Hey folks, welcome to Friday Night Storm. We have 1 week to go before our historic India debut as we take over Mumbai. We just saw Evolution take over Cairo, Egypt, and if that shows any indication, we are in for some fireworks next Friday. Bandido, call him Mr. Opening Match, call him whatever you want. He'll be challenging for the World Championship. Here's what his mentor Rey Mysterio had to say earlier. I have a lot of respect for Keith Lee, more than most men, to be honest. Keith is an honest man. He's up front. He's honorable. I grew up watching champions like him, wishing I could be there one day. And I know Bandido did too. That is the Lucha Libre tradition. Which is why their match in Mumbai will be one of the greatest you will ever see. It won't be two men who hate each other. It won't be violent or dirty or any of that. What it will be is two men who need to be world champion more than anything, more than they need to breathe. And I can guarantee you this, it will be an all-timer because nothing can be better than the two best in the world fighting for the greatest title on planet Earth. Well, it's once again Bandido taking on an incredibly famous foreign wrestler, meaning not from the GAW roster, but Kushida, one of the greatest junior heavyweights in Japan's recent history, and this is a guy with a little bit of GAW history himself. This is not his first foray into a GAW ring. Kushida has challenged 3 separate times for the GAW Cruiserweight Championship, most famously at Nitro 5 back in 2016. And folks, if you were in our Discord, you would have gotten the news about this match early, so make sure you join. Link is down in the description. Breaking news like that can only be found there. So here we go, folks. What a match this is going to be, and this is just our opening contest. WXW Unified Champion Drew McIntyre will be in action later on against another wrestler not from GAW's roster. And in our main event, this is going to be a can't-miss match as we get Chris Sabin, the Intercontinental Champion, returning from injury to defend his title against another man not on the GAW roster. This is why you gotta join the GAW Discord, folks, because this is where you get the news of who is going to appear on this show. You also get to hang out with the best community in wrestling. So why won't you just join? Just do it. Why not? Of course, Mumbai coming up next week. We know Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay will be defending the tag team titles against War Machine. We will get to hear from both teams after this match. Bandido with a standing Spanish fly once again, this time going for a cover 1 minute into the match. Kushida's in trouble, no. We get to see Kacy Catanzaro battle Shayna Baszler for the world title. The House of Black takes on the Skymen. We learned about that match before this one kicked off. And of course, in the main event, it'll be Keith Lee versus Bandido for the World Championship. But could Kushida possibly enter himself into that conversation? He could go a long way with a win here. Already working on the arm is Kushida, of course, going to set Bandido up for that hoverboard lock, one of the most dangerous submissions in the world. But first, Kushida, he's got the bow and arrow. This is how Bandido earned himself #1 contendership by beating New Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion Taiji Ishimori a couple weeks ago. That was an incredible match that saw Bandido actually withstand the bloody cross. That was a bloody forearm from Bandido, and now Bandido just hauling off on Kushida. Sharply pointed elbow, Bandido with a face buster. Oh, I think that elbow busted Kushida open. You can see the blood coming down. Bandido! Standing, backflipping moonsault press into the cover. Bandido, what a win! And what a statement. I think that sharp elbow stunned Kushida. I think that was pretty much it after that. Bandido, the point of his elbow straight into Kushida's face. Wow. Wow, that was phenomenal. Here's another look. Fans on their feet, so you can't even really see it. Fans are getting in front of our hard camera up there. That reverse shot, beautiful look at Bandido's incredible spring, his athleticism. Bandido is headed to Mumbai. He will take on the world champion Keith Lee. We've got so much more to come on this show, but first, let's hear from both War Machine and the tag team champions, Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay. Listen up, lads. Your ability as a tag team has nothing to do with how long you've been fighting. It's whether you got the balls to fight and the ability to win. I think your record proves you don't. It's time for the brutal art we call tag team wrestling to return to GAW. We've watched teams ruin our art for 2 years, and it's time to put a real team back on top. I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen, War Machine. You don't stand a chance of flying with Will Ospreay, so he'll take you fools right off your feet. Then the submission master comes in and taps you out. Up the Union Jack, lads. This is a joke to them. It's life for us. We live for warfare, for combat. And if you do not, then you have no chance of stopping our path. Danny Burch, a progenitor of British Strong Style, of course not to be confused with the British Strong Style tag team in GAW. Not the most popular man, but certainly one of the toughest in the world, and he has gotten into it with WXW champion Drew McIntyre over the last number of weeks, which has caused this match on GAW TV of all places. Crazy world we live in. Sure if it's in Drew McIntyre's contract that every time Santanico fights, he needs to have a match right afterwards, because again, Santanico came out with a sword of his own at Evolution Cairo. It was one of the most intimidating sights I have ever seen as he strode down to the ring to take on Devin Andrews. That was at this Monday's show. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. These were the scenes in Stockholm, Sweden a couple days ago. McIntyre was there for a WXW show, and he came out and claymored the absolute hell out of Danny Burch on that show. That was after a Danny Burch win, which sets up this match here in the United States. Just unbelievable, the kind of reputation that GAW has all over the world, and the fact that McIntyre and Burch are going to settle their differences here in a GAW ring. It's a non-title match, but it is sanctioned by WXW. So that's just some growing pains going on here between GAW and all of our friends in Europe. But this is McIntyre taking on Danny Burch. Some bad blood between these two. And folks, it is just unbelievable to see this kind of match happening on Storm. What just a crazy, crazy time we live in. WXW rules here, that's who sanctions the match, so no time limit in this contest. And Danny Burch already with something to prove, and he's going up top. Not something he usually does, but he drops the elbow on the champion. Danny Burch makes the cover. He's got the two. McIntyre kicks out. Folks, check out the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. Read full recaps of every show as they happen. You never have to miss a minute. So if you don't have time to watch every episode of GAW programming, we recap everything for you over there. We also have full histories of all of our championships. You can brush up on GAW history, so you can find out something like Drew McIntyre, former Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion. Now McIntyre is dropping the elbow off the top rope. And then of course it was Drew McIntyre who made history by winning the WXW Unified Championship a couple weeks ago on Storm. McIntyre going for the submission on Burch. And we've seen more and more of that from Drew McIntyre, leaning more into this European style, as he is now a unified champion. He defeated Tristan Archer, a renowned technician, to get here. McIntyre looking for the powerbomb. Burch, sunset flip, no. Quick kick out from McIntyre. He was ready for that. Burch looking for a suplex of his own. Not gonna happen. McIntyre, neck breaker. McIntyre, he's gonna load up from the corner. This is what put Danny Burch down in a WXW show. Claymore! McIntyre lays him out. McIntyre hooks the leg. No! If that has not been the story of Drew McIntyre's year, the Claymore not getting the job done. McIntyre, butterfly suplex counter. Danny Burch lands on his feet. Burch trips him up and a knee strike right to the face. Danny Burch, one of the nastiest men in the game. It's been a story all year that McIntyre's Claymore has been ineffective. Now Danny Burch, crossface, he's got the arm trapped as well, but look at the strength of McIntyre. Frees himself by just using the core strength. Burch sends him over the top rope. 10-second count out as well. That's part of the WXW Unified rules. So that has been the constant for McIntyre. The Claymore didn't work against Tristan Archer. In that match, he had to use Archer's own gut-wrench suplex to win the title. Claymore didn't work against Keith Lee, and McIntyre ends up going up for a spirit bomb in that match. And now here against Danny Burch, Claymore doesn't work. So for Drew McIntyre, you got to go back to the drawing board with this. The Claymore has been his go-to weapon for almost a decade. But we've seen time and time again across the last 2+ years in GAW that the Claymore has not been enough to get the job done. So now Drew McIntyre might have to look elsewhere. McIntyre back into the ring. Danny Burch will follow, and McIntyre right on top of him. McIntyre with a spine buster. So I'm wondering what McIntyre will use. Last season he was pretty content to he was going for the Claymore again. Danny Burch was ready for it this time. Short run up, and Burch got the better of him. In season 2, McIntyre was pretty content to use the Claymore as a volume move. Claymore again! Looks like he's gonna do it again this year. The Claymore is powerful, never forget that. McIntyre hooks the leg. Drew McIntyre picks up the win. Launches himself out of the corner. It took 2 Claymores to get it done, but McIntyre does finish things off. It's going to be very interesting now to see McIntyre where he goes, knowing that the Claymore is not going to be his top weapon the way it has been in the past. Again, we saw that during season 2 with McIntyre as well, and that's part of what led McIntyre to put up a pretty pedestrian 5-6 record in season 2. Even though the Claymore got the job done, it took 2 of them. So I'm curious to see what McIntyre goes to now, the WXW Unified Champion. But it's another win for him, and that's all that matters today. Folks, our main event is coming up. Chris Sabin, returning from injury, puts the IC title on the line. But first, Kacy, Catanzaro, Shayna, Baszler sit down ahead of their match in Mumbai. Shayna, we'll start with you as the challenger. There's almost no one in wrestling with a better record against former mixed martial artists than Kacy Catanzaro. What makes you think you have the secret? God, you're stupid. How much do you know about mixed martial arts? No answer, bitch? Well, I've been covering it for almost a decade. So, nothing. Got it. If you knew anything, you'd know every fighter isn't the same, and I can guarantee Kacy has never came up against someone like me. No, see, I agree every fighter is different, except for you. You're a caricature. You think you're tough just because of the sport you did. Have you ever even tried a gymnastics workout? Have I ever put on a swimsuit and danced around until a football player takes me home? We eat women like you for breakfast. You couldn't make it through a day of our training, and I did that for years. I ruined my body to make history, and then I decided to come here. Do you think I'd ever let an arrogant pretender like you set that work back? Justify yourself all you want, but showing off for some horny skirt chasers and climbing a few rocks doesn't impress me. I don't need to impress you. I need to beat you, or I can never live with myself. I've almost killed myself 100 times to get here. You'll have to do better than that to pin me. Well, it'll be more than words exchanged as these 2 women, the hatred between them is palpable. They will face off with the world title on the line in our historic Mumbai debut. On top of that, Ember Moon, Dakota Kai, they will face off for the US title in Mumbai. You will not want to miss this show, and it all goes down next Friday right here on GAW, so make sure you subscribe. Let's get you now to the main event. Low-key, one of the most well-traveled veterans in the business, coming in to take on Chris Sabin. The Intercontinental Champion has been battling injuries since Nitro, but now he's ready to put his title on the line one more time, and it will be against Low-key. By the way, folks, follow us on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Links are all down in the description. These are the kinds of things that you can relive over and over on social media, and you will want to because this match has the makings of maybe something legendary.
Go because Chris Sabin, I mean, he shocked the world against Moose at Nitro 11, and that was after his tag team partner Alex Shelley had his leg absolutely destroyed by Brock Lesnar, which is why Shelley is still not out here, still recovering from that heinous injury. Chris Sabin, as I said, dealing with health problems of his own, but he's well enough now to take on Low Ki, defend that Intercontinental Championship. This is going to be so much fun, folks. This is a main event that you cannot miss. Here we go. We've seen two really high-level matches on this show already, but this match might top them all. Low Ki looking for a big kick. These are two tremendous athletes. Sabin, he's got the double underhooks in, and Sabin with the backbreaker. We know Chris Sabin likes to utilize that stabilizer. That's something that he's made great use of in GAW so far. Into the cover, Low Ki able to kick out. The stabilizer was what opened up Moose for the cradle shock and the victory at Nitro. So Chris Sabin, he's gonna try to do some damage to the back. Low Ki, he is an incredible athlete. And even at his age, Low Ki, 42 years old, incredibly well traveled. And we're gonna look for more of this. Quick strikes, powerful kicks. The man once known as Quick Kick during his time traveling the globe. Sabin, middle rope. Sabin drops the sledge right on top of the head. Another cover, another kick out from Low Ki. Well, you've said it enough, folks, but Mumbai coming at you next week. Chris Sabin, incredible power. And I'm really looking forward to that card. If you haven't already, join our Discord. If you're in our Discord, let me know what match you're looking forward to most. Keith Lee and Bandido obviously comes to mind, but House of Black taking on the Skymen. I mean, you just look at the competitors in that match. There is championship pedigree all over the place. Two-time world champion Aleister Black leading the House of Black. Ricochet, one of the greatest cruiserweight champions in the history of this company, going in with the Skymen, and of course the motivation as well, as these two men trading quick strikes. Chris Sabin deciding better of going off the middle rope again. That's the versatility we've come to expect from Sabin. Low Ki able to open up a little bit of space with that stunner over the top rope, and now Low Ki, snap bear and a big drop kick. Foot stomp avoided by Sabin. He knew what was coming. And now Sabin backing Low Ki into the corner. Sabin gets him up onto the shoulders, maybe thinking cradle shock here. Low Ki able to fight his way off, but that kick caught by the Intercontinental Champion. And Sabin, ooh, powerful kick. I'm also looking forward to Kacy Catanzaro against Shayna Baszler. That's going to be a brutal match, I think. Animosity between those women is fierce. Sabin with a drop kick. Taking a page out of Low Ki's playbook. Lots of kicks, lots of quick movement from both men, as we would expect. And Sabin, you would never know that he has been hurt for the last month. Coming into this match, he looks good as ever. Does Chris Sabin. Sabin caught Low Ki coming in. Nice gut wrench. Into the cover, low-key able to grab the ropes. Referee, good eyes on that referee, able to spot that. Sabin with a standing shooting star. Very back and forth affair here. That's pretty much what I was expecting out of this. Low-key with a snap suplex. These are two men on a very similar skill level. Float over DDT. And of course, Sabin, coming off that injury, hasn't been in the ring for a couple months now, since Nitro 11. It's a good thing we took a longer layoff because it allowed Sabin a little bit of time to recover. He might have had to vacate his title if he had to go back in action immediately. That being said, he is looking as good as ever. Sabin from the top! Senton Atomico from Chris Sabin. Hooks the leg, Sabin to retain, no! Sabin flies through the air with the Senton Atomico. And now look at this, cross arm breaker applied by Chris Sabin. This is a little something he picked up during his battles with the White Company last season. Sabin really locking that thing in, but low-key, very flexible. Able to roll his way out of that, nice job. Now low-key trying to back Sabin up. Quick strikes, low-key, Shining Wizard. Woohoo, man. Nearly taking Sabin's head off with that one. And low-key again going striking game. Able to back away from that kick. Chris Sabin finally lures him in close enough. Power bomb, low-key, flips over the top, sunset flip. Low-key looking to steal it, Sabin. Quick kick out from him, and low-key right back to the attack. What a headbutt. Low-key putting him down again, just grabbing him by the ears. God, man. Calm down. Low-key now, what's he thinking out of this corner? Sabin staggers to his feet. Low-key out of the corner, Shining Wizard. Sabin saw it coming all the way. Able to take the back, now low-key answers, and low-key drops him down. But that Shining Wizard, that might have won the Intercontinental Championship for low-key. Chris Sabin able to survive. Now Sabin again, gut-wrench suplex. Chris Sabin now trying to take advantage, and now Sabin going with some quick strikes of his own. The Intercontinental Champion responding beautifully. Sabin, double underhook, backbreaker. Once again, targeting the back. Sabin really going after the midsection of low-key. Sabin caught him coming in with that one. Chris Sabin, no. Lots of attacks to low-key's back. They haven't done the job quite yet. Sabin up under the shoulders. Cradle shot, no. Low-key flips out of it, but Sabin right there to catch him in. And again, low-key off the shoulders, and he chops Sabin down. Going after the injured left knee is low-key, and exactly what we'd expect out of him. Low-key, Dragon Sleeper. Dragon Sleeper is in. He has used this to tap out so many people across the world, and Sabin could be in trouble. The Intercontinental Champion. He's got to fight out of this. He needs it, and he does. Sabin. Unbelievable stuff from Chris Sabin. Now low-key. Float over DDT is countered. Chris Sabin saw that one coming. Oh, Sabin. Chopping him down again. More kicks to the leg and backs him up against the ropes. Chris Sabin. This is an Intercontinental Championship-worthy performance. Sabin is a 4-time tag team champion in GAW as part of the Motor City Machine Guns. He's a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. This is as good as he's ever been. What a match we have on display. Sabin making his first defense of the IC title, and now Sabin thinking powerbomb again. Low-key flips over the top, sunset flip. Low-key trying to steal it. Sabin kicks out. What is low-key thinking here after Sabin survives the Dragon Sleeper? Low-key, more quick attacks from him. Double foot stomp countered again. Sabin able to get to his feet, but low-key takes the back. Sabin, point of the elbow, finds its mark. Sabin sends him over the top rope, and now Chris Sabin, what's he thinking? Meets him on the apron. Sabin, backdrop driver on the apron. Oh, jeez. Chris Sabin, no mercy for Loki's midsection, but Loki with a float over DDT. And Loki needs to get back in the ring. He's got to try to shake that off. He's got to try to do something as Loki baseball slide Chris Sabin. Smart enough to get out of the way, but Loki still brings him down. Loki's got to do something here. So much work has been done on the back and midsection, and now Cloverleaf in. He can't win the title out here, but he can cause some pain, and he is driving Sabin against the hard ground. Sabin able to free himself, and you can see Sabin's feeling a little bit of pain in his lower back as well. Low-key back into the ring. Sabin back onto his feet. And low-key not gonna follow him out. Instead allows Sabin to get back in. Sabin, rolling soul butt right to the liver. Oh my God, Sabin hooks the leg, no. So much work had been done to the midsection. I thought that might have been it for Sabin. You can see the blood leaking down from beneath the hairline. Low-key with a sling blade, rolls through. Oh, what a drop kick. Boy, this match has been worth every second, and low-key, Sabin drops to the knee. Low-key, what's he thinking? Shining Wizard, low-key, caught him on the back of the head. Chris Sabin avoided the Shining Wizard once again. Low-key caught him, low-key covers, no! Chris Sabin kicks out. Low-key can't believe it. Wow. This is phenomenal. Low-key diving double foot stomp. Lays it in. Low-key hooks the leg. Low-key, no. Oh my God. The fans are chanting, fight forever. And why don't you, Sabin? Sabin takes the back. Sabin, cradle shock. Chris Sabin, he's got it. Chris Sabin, he has absolutely done it. Chris Sabin, in unbelievable fashion, retains the Intercontinental Championship. That was as good as it gets, folks. That match, are you kidding me? Sabin getting the job done in his return. Low-key, really, what a performance. I mean, you gotta take your hat off to him. Unbelievable grit that we saw from him, but Chris Sabin, too good tonight. Chris Sabin walking out of here, still the Intercontinental Champion, and we are walking straight to Storm Mumbai. It's going down next week, so folks, make sure you subscribe. I'm being told right now we might have a special guest on top of everything else, so you do not want to miss that show. We will see you next Friday. We appreciate you.